Hello and welcome to the Best Festival from the Basement. I'm sitting here with Remy Couture and Frederick Maheux. And they're both with us today because Remy is a special effects artist and Frederick has made a documentary about him. I'm going to start with Remy. Well, you make special effects that are really lifelike, and it's mainly in the horror scene. How does one become a special effects artist?
At first, I do airbrush since I was like 16 years old. So I just, how can I explain that? I was a big fan of Hellraiser, and someday I just want to try to do makeup with my airbrush. So I start just like that, and after that, I try to find a way to do something more interesting, more realistic. Mm-hmm. So I started like that, maybe in 2005. So now I work on big budget movies and low budget. So I work for cinema, photographer, theaters.
Okay, so you only started this in 2005.
Yep.
And did you have any experience with it beforehand that made you do this?
No.
No, nothing.
But as I told you, I do airbrush since many years. So to me, it was a bit easy to do makeup because with my airbrush base, it was not really complicated.
Yeah. And you create a lot of scenes that are quite shocking, but also really realistic. But what is your fascination with that?
I really like the serial killer mind, stuff like that. So I just want to try to recreate the universe of Psychopath in the more realistic way, more shocking way. So I built a website where I create a character wearing a mask, as a serial killer in the movies. So it started like that, and each month I try to do something new with a new model, and I try to create a scenario the more and more disturbing. So I got in trouble for that.
Yes, you did. Yes, because that also brings me to the next point, because your work is so realistic that even the police thought it was real. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, it started in 2007 when a guy from Germany, he just followed my website and he thought it was a real serial killer website. And he contacted Interpol, the international police, and Interpol tried to localize.
They tried to localize them. In fact, I pinpoint where he was in Canada.
So the police sent two undercover police to go arrest me, and so I've been in jail. They seized my computer, they seized my material, and for them they knew it was special effects, but they probably thought there is some real murder, beside that, and they probably thought I have some snuff movies in my computer too. So but after watching my computer, watching my house, they found nothing. So now they look a little bit fools, but they still charge me for corruption of moral. So it's criminal charges. So I'm facing a jail time and criminal's record if I'm found guilty.
Yeah, because you already said you've been charged with corruption of moral, and that's the law in Canada. And what does that law imply? That
this law is never really used.
It was well, during research, we found out that this law was mostly used for acts like pornography, because certain type of pornography is illegal in Canada, especially things implicating like body fluids or certain type of sadomasochism. So usually it's used for that or for child pornography. But in the the Magnota case, he's also charged with the same thing because he put the video of his murder on the web, so he's facing the same charges as Remy. But beside that, if you read the law and you read the description, you see that the document they're quoting as being document that could be prosecuted if they are corrupting morals, they put a phonograph disc. So it's not a law that has been used a lot nor updated since maybe the 40s, 50s. Yeah, I think there was an adjustment following a case in '92. Not sure of the year, but it's really not a law we see a lot in the media. It's not something that's used at all. And I even think that your lawyers were saying, like, we never saw a case like this, and we cannot even find in the archives anything even looking a little bit like the charges you're facing, basically. Yeah,
because Frederick, you made a documentary about Remy's case, Art Crime, which we also can see on the Bud Festival. What is, how can I put this? What is the main thing that will happen for the horror scene if Remy gets convicted?
Well, we will have to see during the trial what will be the direction it will take. Will it be only about the internet? Will it be about all forms of media? But what's for sure is that by having this case right now where everybody's working with extreme material, be it photographers documenting death or people working with certain type of erotic art, where there's violence or let's say people inspired by the work of Marquis de Sade, Georges Bataille, or any of those this type of philosophy about the eros and the thanatos. I mean, we are all facing a certain danger, a certain risk now, and we're a little. I know a few people who are a little scared about what the implication will have on their freedom of speech, their freedom of working, and seeing that what can we do to avoid it? Is it only by putting it on the internet? Is it like we can only put it in books with a lot of, but there's no guidelines. So basically, you don't know what will lead you to get, charged, basically. Yeah. So this trial will also help, define what we can and cannot do, because there's laws on. At the customs, like certain documents, if you try to buy them from outside, they can get stuck and they will be confiscated because they will deem it as obscene material. Every 3 months, there's a document being published by the Canadian government stating all those documents were prohibited because they were obscene or because it's how can I say, hate propaganda. So we got those time, it's 3 months or 4 months, but every few months you have this type of document being released. Then you have the law inside each provinces. In Quebec, we have a special organization called La Régie du Cinéma, which puts codes with ages stating, okay, this is only for people 16 plus because there's horror and erotism or horror violence or vulgar language and stuff like that. So there's all this regulation that exists, and it needs to be clarified as to what we can and cannot do. In art crime, for instance, we showed the most extreme parts of Remy's work in the documentary. And we got 16 plus horror violence as a code, for the DVD. We can't sell it everywhere we want because it's registered in the government database. But this is the same work as the work he's being charged with. Yeah.
But what is the difference then that nobody knows?
Maybe the context. It's a documentary. This was a website. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's not clear at all. And the prosecutor won't talk. Well, for the documentary, when we try to find people to talk about this situation, try to talk with the prosecutors, but beside the relationship person from the police squad in Montreal, nobody really wanted to talk until the trial was over. So it's pretty hard to know. And, this is something that is being paid with public taxes, so...
Remy, in December, the verdict will be out. What they will say?
Yeah, the trial start at the 10th of December.
Yeah.
So it's about maybe 2 weeks long trial in front of jury. Mm-hmm. So we hope just before Christmas everything will be finished. We hope so, because I hope the trial will not be reported again, because it's like 2 times the trial is reported. So we just cross finger, and we hope that my lawyer and the expert will work well and try to explain to the jury it's art, and there is no matter to promote murder with my work. It's not the main point to promote.
But also for you, as you say, it's art. But if an artist gets prosecuted, what kind of impact does that have for your work? Are you going to do less now? Are there things you won't do anymore?
But all depend what the judge will say.
Yeah.
There is a big problem about the verdict, because they have to choose what is the line.
Yeah.
So if I can't anymore do something like that, but they have to apply the law and for everyone, not only
exactly.
me.
But even if the verdict is in your benefit, do you get scared for it, that you ask yourself, can I do this or not, or that your freedom of art is taken away because you may be scared that you get arrested again?
Yeah, after the trial.
Yeah,
because if I'm found guilty, that's mean that I can't do that anymore. So, it's kind of.
Or will you still stay close to the line?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, maybe it will be illegal to do it on the web, but not on the movies, for the big budget movies, because. I create short movies, but for them, short movies, maybe it's, I don't know what they think, but maybe I will be able to do it on the big horror budget movies. Yeah. I don't know, because for them, short movies, maybe it's not real movies for them, So,
yeah.
So for them, it's only 10 minutes of promoting violence, nothing more for them. So I don't know.
This is a fight that this is not something new. I mean, this kind of debate, every 10 years it comes back. It was Nagisa Oshima with the Empire of the Senses. In '97 it was Mike Diana with his Boiled Angel comics. Now it's Remy here in Canada. So it always come back, and every time it's the same thing. Sometimes they're found guilty, other time not, and every time just defining what is obscenity. Like, you cannot define it.
What is the name of the guy who won't be able to draw?
That's Mike Diana. Yeah, he cannot, technically he cannot draw. He's not authorized to draw because of his comic books. So it's always coming back, and even in Amos Vogel in Film as a Subversive Art, how do you define what's obscene? It's impossible. It depends so much on cultural background and on your past and on your heritage and on so many things that, this trial will be 2 weeks long. I don't even think he will be able to just scratch the surface of that question. And it's not a question that should be debated in the courtroom. It should be debated among art critics, philosophers, artists, not lawyers, who I don't believe have the competence and the authority to talk about artistic creation and endeavors. So.
Yeah, but it's more a matter of taste than a matter of it's a crime or not. But we will see that also in your documentary, what is the line between art and crime. And you are also going to do a masterclass of your work.
Yeah.
And that's Sunday. And can you tell us a little bit of what we can expect?
I will create a zombie on a girl's model. So I just bring some silicone prosthetic. So I will explain all steps to create a zombie. So I will explain which produce I use. It will be good for people who don't really know about makeup effects. So it's a good way to learn and to see a real life zombie.
How to make your own zombie.
So it's not. I won't do something obscene. I will, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. I don't want to corrupt the morality of of Dutch.
No, I think the morality of the Bud Film Festival is perfectly fine. And are you guys enjoying yourself on the festival?
Yeah, sure.
Are you? What movies are you going to see?
I don't know. I didn't see the schedule.
Yes, it was just recently translated in English, so I didn't get. But I'm going to see Mauritius this evening. I can't wait for the Jean-Jacques Rousseau film tomorrow. I'm a huge fan of Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And there's a lot of film. I mean, like there's a 70s double bill this evening, and I saw a few of them already. So yeah, I can't wait. We're walking in the dark and just discovering stuff as we go.
Okay, well, enjoy yourselves. And one last question is, what song are you going to sing to the at the bed karaoke tonight?
New Order, Bizarre Love Triangle.
Okay.
I think the reference will be easy to catch for people who followed the Magnota case.
Well, okay, I can't wait to hear it, and thank you very much.